shooting Freddy with Karthik was wonderful. I was a terrible dancer, could not speak Hindi because all through my life at home I've only spoken English. I went from being an absolute crazy party girl to being what my friends would call Jagat Ma.
एक चिट्ठी की सिंदूर की किस्मत तुम क्या चावल रहे हो रमेश बाबू.
From being a social media sensation to now making her mark in the Hindi film industry, my guest on the show today is someone who's super talented, very well articulated, and definitely a go-getter. Can you guess who she is? So, as you guys guessed, I have the gorgeous Alaya F with me today. Alaya, I have to start the last time you did an interview with Pinkvilla was during peak pandemic, and
I'm sure I've done it many times in the middle also.
Yeah, but that time
I love Pinkvilla. I keep doing things with you guys.
Love the plug. Yeah. So, tell me something. When you actually got into this and you did your first film, which did really well for you, and then the pandemic happened. Yeah, touch wood.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic happened. It's like bad timing. That's what we would.
Terrible timing.
Yeah, terrible timing. It's like, oh God, I'm getting the appreciation. I'm getting the love now. Like, why did the world have to shut down now?
Completely. And it's like you wait for that moment for so long, and then the moment comes, the moment goes well.
Yeah.
Everyone is liking what you've done. People are liking everything,
Exactly.
and then the world stops. But at least we got a release.
Yeah.
If we hadn't gotten a release and then pandemic came, that would have really. So, counting my blessings. After Jawani Jane Mana, I had signed 2 new projects immediately after. And because of the pandemic and the lockdown and everything, both those things went away. Because people were like, we have to worry about our existing films now. Future films are a long way away.
Right.
So that went away and I was so scared. I was like, what do we do in a situation like this? The entire pandemic, I spent my entire pandemic just thinking my career was over.
Oh,
I was like, I kept calling up my agent. I was like, just tell me the truth. Are we done? Like, what do we do? How do we bounce back from this?
Yeah.
Because it didn't seem to be ending. We thought it was going to be like a month, 2 months, 3 months, a year.
2 years.
2 years. And then at one point, I think early in the lockdown only, I was like, I need to figure something out. So I turned to social media.
During Jawani Jane Mana, I would say your first film, what process did you enjoy more? Did you enjoy prep? Did you enjoy on shoot, or did you enjoy the entire promotional bit?
On
because
shoot.
Your energy was like
by far on shoot. That moment between action and cut is my favorite part of my profession.
Okay.
I love that moment where I'm on set doing what I'm there to do. I love it.
Right.
Promotions are nice in the start. Right?
Yeah.
The most common thing I get is, and it honestly is quite flattering, where people are like, her PR teams must be telling her exactly what to say. That's why she's sounding so correct everywhere. And it's great when people think there are like some 30 people behind me telling me what to say. That means I must really make sense.
Yeah. But does it bother you when you read negative comments? Does it get
honestly,
to you?
I'm quite blessed. I get a lot of very positive comments.
Yeah.
Very little hate I get. So, thanks for that. Let's keep it that way. There was one day where I realized I was at this very big concert, okay? Can't remember which artist it was, but it was a huge concert and there was like a whole stadium was just filled.
Yeah.
Okay, and I remember being like, my God, how many people are here?
Yeah.
And they were like 30,000. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
I was like, all these people?
Yeah.
Just 30,000. I was like, now if you think about it, on an average photo or whatever, say you get 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh, 2 lakh likes.
Yeah.
Just think of how many people those are, how many stadiums it can fill.
Right.
And the second I realized how many stadiums that can fill, those 5 negative comments, if I look at those, that's absolutely silly.
No, that's a very interesting way to put it. It's a very it's like looking at the half glass full. Tell me, you've been now shooting. I saw you and Karthik cutting a cake for Freddy. How has that been going? What's it like to film a movie with Karthik Aaryan and other films and projects that you have in line? Yeah.
So actually I finished shooting 3 projects that are fully done. I shot 3 films in 3 months.
What?
This is between when the second lockdown had ended before Omicron wave happened.
Okay.
Everyone was so scared that another wave is going to come and it's going to be shut. Everyone was like, jaldi sab kuch shoot kar lete, khatam kar lete. So that's what we ended up doing. 3 films in 3 months. Absolute madness.
Oh my God.
But to get back to your question, shooting Freddy with Karthik was wonderful.
Yeah.
He's such an actually really talented guy.
Yeah.
He's so good at what he does and he knows exactly what the audience likes. he's one of those people where his like choices and decisions are just so correct. It's no wonder that he's as successful as he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I was talking to actually Rohit when I did this interview,
Yeah.
and he's like, dude, there are days where I'm sitting at home for 5 months straight because that's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
your acting
Yeah.
life, right? You're not constantly bombarded
Correct.
with scripts and like
Correct.
you have the choice that, okay, this.
Yeah.
So, my entire point is you very constructively and productively use that time and put it in your social media,
Yeah.
like you said.
Correct.
And it can get little to you, like the entire situation can get to
Fully.
you, but you've made use of it and it reflects on your social media.
Thank you.
So it's a lot of yoga, it's a lot of dancing,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a very different Alaya than the Alia that we knew.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you recognize yourself or the girl you were before 20s, like we were talking off camera?
So here's the thing. I lived my 20s between the ages of 16 to 20.
yeah.
Like now, if you have to take me out to a club, I will be like, please, I am far too old for this. Let me sit at home. Let me just
Yeah.
sit at home and just binge watch something. I
Yeah.
am like, all my hectic energy, all my
Yeah.
chaos, all my
Yeah.
need to party and be out there and be crazy and be rebellious. I got it out of my system. Not to say I didn't enjoy it. And not to say it wasn't me.
Yeah.
It was me at a different phase of my life. As human beings, we evolve.
No, I think this
grow.
is a generation thing.
Of course.
Like-
And like now only difference was for me that I did my 1 decade in 4 years. I just like went full out, full swing, and I did it. So yeah, so I really enjoyed it. It shaped me. It gave me a lot of character for who I am now.
Yeah.
But it's a vastly different person.
Yeah.
Like now I'm like, I went from being an absolute crazy party girl to being what my friends would
Spiritual?
call Jagat Ma. Like anyone would say anything bad about someone, I'd be like, no, let's not talk about people this way. And I became
Yeah.
very like the polar opposite.
Okay.
But in this industry, you can't be that sweet. So
Yeah.
I had to find a balance. So now I'm somewhere in the middle of the two. And also when I came back from New York, I went straight into training. And
Yeah.
so the only people I met for 2 years were my teachers. So by default, I landed up becoming a little more in my own space.
Talking
Yeah.
about like your life at NYU and New York,
Yeah.
I remember there was this phase you wanted to get into NYU like really badly,
Yeah.
and it was beautiful to see like you got into NYU and you made an entire YouTube video
Yeah.
about it. You actually wanted to take direction, so and then you ended up choosing
Correct.
acting. What was that point that made you realize that, you know what, this is what I've been dreaming all this while?
Yeah. Everyone kept telling me, ये तो actor बनेगी, ये तो actor बनेगी, ये तो actor.
Yeah.
But not in like the, oh, you'll be an actor. It was like a, कुछ और नहीं होगा, actor ही बन जाएगी.
Yeah.
And I was quite good in school. I was like, you know, I was crazy out party. I would not study that much. My grades were still always good. So I remember being like, I can actually do whatever I want.
Yeah.
People are underestimating me. So I was like, I'm going to prove to everyone that I can do whatever I want. So I was like, I'll be a director. I still loved film, right?
Okay, yeah.
In my course, there was one class which was learning how to direct actors.
Okay.
So in that, we all had to act and we all had to do all of that as well. And I remember in that class, I used to enjoy the acting bit so much. It used to make me feel so alive and so happy. And I was like, I think this is actually what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, now everyone's going to be like me. Told you. So,
Was it your mom and Nana that ever told you that you should become an actor, maybe?
no. I think I was so strongly against becoming an actor
Okay.
that they were like, okay, don't be an actor. And it was never a thing like become an actor.
Oh, never at home?
Never.
Nice.
In fact, I think if they had to advise me, they would say, don't become an actor.
Why?
Because see, actually, I was not. I got myself prepared with a lot of hard work. I was a terrible dancer. Could not speak Hindi because all through my life at home, I've only spoken English. With everyone, from my dada, dadi, nana, nani, mother, father, brothers, siblings, we all talk English. Friend circle, like, it's all English.
Yeah.
Couldn't speak Hindi, couldn't dance to save my life. In fact, I wasn't even such a Bollywood buff. See, I'm one of those people, if I set my mind on something, I'll do it to death. I was like, this is my addiction.
Like you tasted it and you're like, there's no going back.
I was like, if I can go from here to here, who's to say I can't go here? If I keep doing the same thing,
Yeah.
with more and more hard work, more and more, and in those 2 years, I worked so hard. Like sometimes I look back at that version of me, and I'm like, my God, if I can just get 50% of what that girl was doing,
Yeah.
and I still work hard. But what I did in those 2 years, even I don't know how I did it.
No, you know, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, you have to take care and work on yourself when you're working, but it's even harder that you have to take care and work on yourself when you're not working.
Yeah.
Because
you know, that's the most important part. Like, it's very easy to be hardworking when things are going very well.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's so easy because you're feeling motivated.
Yeah.
It's very hard to work hard when things are not going well.
working.
See, I've realized one thing. If you have a great relationship with yourself, everything is 10 times easier. Little things like, for example, like when it comes to body insecurities, I used to be very insecure of my knees, my legs, very insecure. Very insecure. I used to think they look fat and not nice and whatever. I started a Kathak class, and there are these knee chakkars that you do.
Yeah.
I'm the only one in my class that can do them. The only. And my Guruji uses it like some, he uses me like a show puppet. He's like, knee chakkar dikhao sabko, knee chakkar dikhao, and any new person, knee chakkar dikhao. It's like, these are the same knees that I have insulted and spoken badly about for years.
Yeah.
Since the time I was 11 years old. These are the same knees that are giving me the ability and the strength to do something that nobody else around me is able to do in my class.
Yeah.
So these little moments that put so many things into perspective for me, where I was like, it's so easy to sever the relationship with yourself or to, you know, strain it.
Yeah.
The second you center yourself and your relationship with yourself and the way you talk to yourself, it becomes very easy to compartmentalize things. It becomes very easy to sort out issues that come up in your life. You don't feel as helpless. You feel like there's someone with you all the time that knows you intricately and deeply, which you do.
Yeah.
And that everything will always be okay, and it gives me a great sense of calm.
You've also moved out in the lockdown. I want to know, how did you take this decision? Like, what made you take this decision?
I've always been a very independent person.
Yeah.
I enjoy my independence. I enjoy doing my thing. I enjoy being in my own space. I never thought कि मैं अपने घर में जिंदगी भर रहूंगी.
Right.
I always knew I was going to move out and I was going to go into my own space and build a life for myself, and I did.
And are you enjoying it? Like,
loving it.
or is it difficult?
Loving it. See, not to say I didn't have freedom at my old home. Wasn't a matter of freedom.
Yeah.
I was able to do whatever I wanted, however I wanted, and that was fine. I like having my own thing. I remember when I started earning my money, my first thing was to buy myself my own car.
Yeah.
I was fully financially independent. I've been financially independent for a while. I got myself a car. I was like, yes, I can say this is me. I have done this for myself.
Right.
Any staff I have, I pay their salaries, I pay their overtimes, I do my ghar ka hisab, I do all of that. I was doing that anyway.
Does it get difficult because you're very young?
I love it.
Everything.
I love it. I feel like such a responsible adult.
Exactly.
I love it.
Awesome. But before we let you go, I'm going to ask you to be a child. And
Yes.
we're going to play some games.
Okay, done.
So I have some clay with me today. Alaya.
I love it. I'm already excited.
So we're basically competing, and I know you're very competitive.
Very competitive.
So,
See, I cracked my knuckles and all. I was like, I'm getting ready.
so okay, we're going to start.
Oh my god, but you're going to make it fast, but I want to make it nicely.
Oh, because you've got your extensions over.
This is good, but I love clay. I haven't played with clay in years. In fact, I feel like I want to go and get clay after this. I'm feeling like this sounds like a lot of fun.
I had this thing for
Trying to go so fast.
slimes. When
slime was a thing.
Yeah, was a thing. I used to get it to school and everything. I mean, I'm done. Hey! You know, this reminds me of, we used to get these chocolates, mini burgers. I don't know if you've ever eaten.
I'm sure I have.
So you've clearly, listen, I wouldn't even ask for your judgment. She's clearly won it. Okay, so the score is 5-0, but I'm gonna buck up for this one. So we have these, what do you call them, Jenga blocks over here. And what we're gonna do is destroy them and we're gonna build it, but the twist is that we're not gonna put it horizontally, we're gonna try building a tower vertically.
This is going to be crazy. I've never done this. Okay, done.
So let's get started. Listen, this doesn't seem as hard as I thought it would be. Don't you think this is a cute
But I'm
and...
higher, no? Because now you finish your tower, but then I can make a 2-foot tower. I can make just 2 stories and say my tower is done. See, this was greed. Your tower was looking nice.
Yeah.
You were like, now I'm done. I shook the table also.
एक second पहले हो जाता
You were like, I'll add more because it's coming up.
Yeah.
गिर गए.
Guys, I'm definitely going to buck up because the next round is going to be super cool. So as you guys can see, we have two balloons with us and it has helium gas in it. So we're going to suck the helium gas inside. And Pinkvilla team asking us some Bollywood questions. So the idea is we're not supposed to answer unless we sound weird.
Yeah, with the helium.
So bring on the first question. Basanti?
Oh, I don't know.
बसंती कुत्तों के सामने मत नाचना.
Good, your point. Oh.
फुनसुक वांगडू.
What's his name? Funsuk Wangdu. Oh.
I am dying listening.
See, this Bollywood trivia quiz is going to be so bad for me because I forget things.
नितिन काकर.
Nitin Kakkar. That was
Anjali.
Anjali only, no? Yeah.
Anjali.
Yours wasn't sounding correct.
Yeah, it didn't sound right. Bajrang.
Tiger? No.
Bajrangi.
Sultan and
Bajrangi Bhaijaan.
Bajrangi Bhaijaan. एक चिट्ठी की सिंदूर की किस्मत तुम क्या चावर यारो रमेश बाबू.
Yeah, that sounded like some.
I was like, Bobby, take it in.
सोनू की टीटू की
Sonu
स्वीटी.
ki Tito ki sweetie.
I'm like addicted to this. I think this is so much fun.
We just need to prick, and whoever pricks their color of balloons fastest wins. So I have pink, you have golden.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
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 1, 2, 3.
Oh my god! I'm scared I'm gonna hit the toothpick into you.
Even I'm scared of that only.
Done. You poor thing, you like this. You just have to go with zest.
And I was
Just
like
like-
taking.
Okay.
So for this one, what we have to do is basically we'll be blindfolded by these cute panda masks, and then we're supposed to put the balls inside the glass. But the trick is you can't use both your hands. You only have to use one hand, and you'll have to do this.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
Can you see anything?
No.
Are you sure?
And I've shut my eyes also.
Okay, ready? Thank you.
Oh, I can't use my other hand. I have a question. I can feel the glide. What is this?
I think I've lost my
What is
ball.
this? Where am I? Shit. Is there a ball on it? Eh? That's my ball, I think. You're my ball. Or am I at your ball?
I want to see how.
Eh?
Seems like you
What is
do.
going on?
I'm checking.
I'm very confused.
I'm keeping an eye on my competitor.
What has happened? I have no clue.
We've just
Oh,
had
we've
3
tried.
balls.
But more than this can't fit on me.
Yeah.
Anyways, I win overall because
anyway
out of what
win.
5 games I won 4.
Yeah, you clearly won this. But I think it was fun. It was
I had so
something.
much fun.
It was something different, and I absolutely enjoyed it, which is a favorite game.
See, I'm one of those people who whatever I'm good at,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now I've been good at 4, so any of the 4. Only the trivia I don't like.
Yeah, but it was amazing having you. Thank you,
You
so
too.
much.
Thank you.
For doing this, and I hope to see you super soon. And
Yes, I'm sure.
we will do this again very soon.
Always.
Awesome. Bye, guys.
If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to Pinkvilla. And don't forget to comment.